All right, what's up, dog, baby?
Another episode of Lord Keep a Ring on It.
You're keeping it on there too.
We are keeping it on there. He keeping it on
That's
there.
right.
We're doing a good job too, but we know we're in control. So today we are going to be discussing the sanctity of marriage. Did you put your phone on vibrate?
That was your
I
phone.
know, but I'm just saying.
My phone is ready.
I need to be calling my phone. I get ready to do something.
My phone is right.
All right.
I don't play games.
So I'm Dr. T.E. Collins.
I'm Pastor Calvin Collins, and we're going to talk about what we're talking about.
The sanctity of marriage.
What's that mean?
What's it mean?
What does it mean?
The sanctity of marriage. Marriage is a covenant between a man and a woman, but it's God's covenant. God created marriage. Sometimes people think today they tend to think it's a man-made thing recently.
Marriage is a sanctified thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who know and those who don't know, sanctified don't mean you belong to a certain denomination.
No.
You know, and that you wear a long dress and you cover your head and you always wear long sleeves to the brothers and long sleeve, short, long pants. But sanctified means set apart, separate, specific, sacred. And we're talking about the distinction of marriage versus every other institution in the world. What makes marriage so special?
Marriage is special because it represents Christ's bride, the bride of Christ, right? Christ being the groom, or the bride represents the church, right?
Well, for those who are not Bible believing,
I'm
Christian believing, what makes marriage so special is the oneness of it.
Yeah, you said it right.
The oneness of it, when two heartbeats, two souls can become one.
Yes.
And the one God, when we talk about the Bible, the one God decided that one man should have one woman and they should be married, a covenant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it sanctified, is because our Creator ordained it that way. Now, we know marriages are right now, you know, people for one reason or another have different perspectives on it. However, you cannot deny that it's something wonderful about seeing somebody who's been with their spouse for 70 years and they still in love.
70 years.
That's right.
Ooh, we met somebody that was married.
We sure
right?
did. 72 years.
Wow.
And they are still madly in love with one another. It's a lot more refreshing than somebody, a man or a woman, who every time you turn around, they got a different boyfriend, different girlfriend. There's nothing special about that. But it is special inherently and naturally. You realize within your heart of hearts, that's a wonderful thing to behold, where two people can come together and stay together on this journey called life.
It is. It is. You said a lot.
I got a lot to say.
That was a mouthful. But I like what you said, when two heartbeats become one. And God also says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing.
A good thing.
Favor with God. I'm your favor.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
You are. God favored me.
He did.
You know, and so it's a special thing to be married. So
very special.
And here's the thing: if you're married, you must understand the sanctification of your marriage. Your marriage is special, right? Which makes you special and your spouse special. And when you view each other that way, then you can honor God because you honor the gift that God gave you. I don't always see her as my wife. I see her as my sister sometimes. But I realize that she's my gift from God to me. And sometimes I'm just in awe that why would God favor me the way he does? And he has blessed me.
He favored us. He favored both of us.
He favored both of us.
But you know what? You said something else, honey. I want to pause because we got a letter. You don't even know this, but we got a letter. And when you said we're going to do the sanctity of marriage today, we had a letter that was, well, not really a letter, but an email.
I'm tired of these secrets. Where you get that letter?
It wasn't a secret. It was an email. I just didn't tell you. Well, I kind of did, but I didn't get into it.
Okay.
No. They were talking about they enjoyed the broadcast, and they wanted to know, should they allow somebody's mama was interfering with the marriage, like always telling them what to do and in between the marriage. So the daughter-in-law was having an issue with her husband pretty much allowing the family to kind of drive a wedge and do, the things that the family wished versus them two being together.
Well, I don't know the particulars of that situation, and
well, you don't need to know the particulars.
What I'm saying,
to say what the Lord said about marriage.
What I'm saying is, I'm addressing that because I don't know who emailed who. There's a couple sides to the story. You need to hear both. But when a husband and a wife, they come together, they become one.
Mm-hmm.
The parents are secondary. We took care of your father,
yep.
and we took care of my mother.
Right.
They had the good sense to stay out of our marriage.
Yes.
Right. In fact, well, not really. My mom was always on your side, to be quite frank with everybody.
She was, because I was right.
No, whether right nor wrong, she didn't care. She just liked you. So that don't count, But for the most part, parents, they had their turn. Right now, it's your turn. Now they can give you counsel and advice,
right?
But they don't. They need to keep themselves out of the marriage. Now there are situations where I have two daughters, and if one of my daughters ever came to me and said a man put his hands on her, right?
But that's different.
Well, what I'm saying,
it wasn't anything like that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying there are situations where, as a parent, your role as a counselor or to your son or your daughter or your son-in-law or your daughter-in-law, you're not going to let nobody get abused. You're not going to let nobody get hurt.
No, it wasn't a situation like that. So I just really want to be clear. It wasn't that.
I'm not talking about that.
Right, but we're trying to help this couple out.
I don't know.
Well, it was just the fact that there was interference from the family always chiming in on what they should do as a couple. And it was causing a little bit of a rift because it wasn't about nobody was being abused. It was just family members in their marriage.
Here's my thing.
So wait, before your thing, I want to say what the Lord's thing is, because I kind of responded to the email, but I just said that we were going to be discussing it. The Lord says, "With God joined together, let no man put asunder," number one. So there should be nobody's business in the husband and wife's business. Your business is your business, period. Our business is our business. People can give us advice, but I'm saying that my mom is not going to try to tell me what to do, what I should be doing all the time with you, where it's going to affect our marriage. Like, my mom is respectful of our marriage, as was your mother, as was my dad, whomever, or my friends, my family. Nobody's going to get in between you and I, what we do. You can offer up your advice, but you can't. And the Lord says, when you leave your mama and your daddy, you cleave together. So, you don't cleave with the mama-in-law, the sister-in-law, the brother-in-law, the cousins, the aunts, the uncles.
Let me make my point clear.
Jimmy and them.
You addressed an email, and you know me by now. Mm-hmm. I'm not listening to one side of no story. All right, I'm not doing that. So I'm not. This is general. I'm listening to me. You say what you have to say. I'm gonna say my part. I can't address that situation, right? Because I don't know. Some people have a tendency to paint this "woe is me" thing, and then you give an answer to that, and you're signing in on that.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know that. Wait. I'm talking. So what I'm saying is, in general, right? You are one. Your parents stay out of it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not addressing that situation. I don't know nothing about it.
Right.
Right. It could be something where it's warranted, where there's an intervention needed. Who knows? We got.
But I'm telling you, it wasn't any of that. So I just want us to speak in general. What is the principle of keeping people out of your marriage? It's not anybody being abused. It's not anybody being hurt. It wasn't any of that. It was simple as little small stuff like everybody wants to be telling people what to do in their marriage. Like,
so let's do this. Let's ignore the email.
Okay,
I don't want to address that.
Let's ignore the email, but let's talk in general about a marriage between husband and wife, and who should be involved in the decision making, what's going on in your household where you live.
We said this 3-4 times already.
No.
Yeah, it's between the two of you.
But you kept going off and talking
because I'm not addressing somebody's one side of the story.
All right.
But I will address the general application of the two becoming one, right? So neither your mother, your father, your sister, your brother should be instructing you on how to live with your husband or your wife. They can counsel you. They can get. My mom gave you plenty good advice. She know her son,
absolutely.
right? And believe it or not, your dad gave me some advice between me. That's right, man to man. Not as much as my mom did for you, but every now and then he'll throw in a little nugget and say, "Yo, let me show you something." Boom, it's about my daughter. Bam. Your mother did it the other day when she told me something.
My mama telling you secrets.
She said, "Well, you was right there in front of your face and your brother's face."
I was.
Yeah. So
She said.
So I ain't saying that. So anyway, I'm saying there's a way that they can be encouraging, but they're not demanding. And you never should put anybody before your husband or before your wife. And then with push come to shove, you compromise on behalf of your husband or your wife as long as it's not ungodly or unhealthy or going to ruin your bank account.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
If he want to invest in something you know ain't gonna work. I mean, it ain't you guess it ain't gonna work. It's a 90% failure rate. You ought to put your foot down because that's hurting your home, right? Now that creates conflict, but conflict's inevitable.
Yeah. All right, that's good, Pastor.
It's very good.
Honey.
It's excellent.
Excellent.
It's wonderful.
Well, I ain't gonna go.
Oh my, it's super fly.
Okay, it was okay. So as that pertains
what's my theme
to
song?
Oh,
Don't act
super
like you
bad.
don't. There you go. It's super bad.
You are super bad.
Yeah.
So as it pertains to the
And I got
sanctity of
soul.
marriage, and you do got soul. All right. So as it pertains to the sanctity of marriage, marriage is set apart, right? And I know we don't see a lot of that today.
So chill right there. Marriage is what?
Set apart.
Set apart.
It is.
It's set apart for one man and one woman.
One man, one
Right.
woman.
And I want y'all to check this out. Who was Adam's mother? God.
God.
Who was Adam's father?
God.
God. And what did Adam say? A man should leave his mother and father.
That's
He
what
only
he said.
had God the creator
That's right.
and cleave to his wife.
That's right.
Now, brothers, be careful because that brother cleaved to Eve all the way to hell.
Oh, come on. You know
No,
what?
listen to me. I'm serious.
I know you're
I'm
serious. You don't got to do that to say
because he prophesied that in the New Testament, Jesus caught up with it. He said, they were talking about divorce. He said, if your right arm offends you, cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you let no woman take you to hell. Don't you let no man take you to hell.
Right.
That's where
Amen.
I'm coming at.
Okay.
You know.
Amen.
So
I
yeah, you
agree with
cleave
that.
as long as y'all can stay with
They're
God
not leading you to
together.
hell.
You know,
Right.
but I don't even know if Adam went to hell. He had redemption, but he got kicked out to God, and life was hard for him. And so you don't stick with anybody because you're married and they taking your soul to hell.
That's right.
No way.
That's right.
No way.
Don't stay with anybody for that. You know, we're gonna do a part 2 to this. All right. So when we come back, we'll continue to talk about the sanctity of marriage because that statement that you just said, I think that it was very good. You don't let anybody take you to hell, regardless, married or not married, but nobody, period.
Now,
Salvation is salvation. But wait, so the part 2 that I'm talking about that maybe we'll come back to do is the one when it talks about being unequally yoked when you're married to a non-believer. So that's a whole different thing. I don't want to open that up today. We're gonna.
But I do want to say this before I leave this door open. Hell is not irreconcilable differences.
Right.
Oh, I'm in hell because it's mental. No, I ain't talking about that. No, we ain't talking about that. You come back next week and we'll dress it up.
Right. All right. So we thank you guys for tuning in. That's all the time we have for today. Keep your emails coming to us.
I got time. Next time.
Next time.
All right.
You always got to act up.
I'm going to act up right now.
Jesus loves you and so do we. God bless.